Hello there and welcome back to the channel. This is Mel's Gaming here with another The Hunter Call of the Wild video. Now in today's video it's going to be a couple of highlights from the last couple of days. Basically just hunting around, mainly in multiplayer, trying to level up my dog, and yeah, just seeing what I could find. And one of the first things I did find in a multiplayer was a 9 legendary Cape Buffalo. However, as soon as I spotted him, I started getting attacked by a much smaller one, and I was trying to see if I could quickly get a shot off at the legendary without having to shoot this one, because I didn't want to spook the legendary off any further, because it is multiplayer, can get kicked at any time, and you can always have people come in to try and interfere with what you're doing. So I was trying to get everything done as quickly as possible, ended up having to take this guy and get it out of the way, and the legendary thankfully didn't get spooked by that, he was far enough away. But this legendary Cape Buffalo has to be the hardest I've worked for any legendary Cape Buffalo, because oh my gosh, this guy, he just kept fleeing at every given opportunity. I actually crashed out of this multiplayer session twice, but thankfully, because I remembered the name of the person that had ended up hosting after I'd crashed each time, it meant that I could rejoin both times. And I did actually manage to finally track him down and actually get him after probably nearly an hour of trying to get this guy, because like I said, I crashed out of the session twice, and then he was doing things where he wouldn't come back to the same spot. So even though I kept putting the time back to be where he was, like so that it would have been the same time here as where he was crossing to come down here, everything I tried to do just didn't work with this guy. So it was a bit of a difficult one and a lot of work to try and get this guy, and thankfully I did manage to get him in the end. I never can just leave an animal that I know should be a diamond, so it was a lot of work but very worth it in the end. And yeah, so this was kind of the start of the very long hunt for this Cape Buffalo. I will show you the best clips from actually hunting him and then me finally getting him. So this is something that happened whilst I was switching the time around trying to get that Cape Buffalo to come back to this area. I actually spotted something white running away, and it ended up being an albino female kudu. So not only did I actually spot a diamond at this lake, I also spotted a rare. And I actually haven't seen any other albino kudu on this account, so I was really pleased to actually get her and get her down. So that was a nice little addition to what was becoming a very long and very frustrating hunt. I then decided to try my luck on some multiplayer servers on Leighton, and one of the first animals I spotted on this server was a level 5 moose, and quite a big level 5 moose. That is a rack that I really want on a diamond moose, and so when I spotted him, I was very, very excited. But after that, because it was the same night, I think, as hunting that Cape Buffalo, and I just didn't want to end up in that same situation, and noticing that that moose was just trotting away, trying to not come back to the zone that he was actually in that I spooked him from, I just thought I would take whatever shot I could get and just try and get a decent shot on him so that I knew that he would at least go down. And he landed so good for a screenshot, so I just had to try and get some pictures of Hubert with him because it was just perfect the way that moose landed. And that rack just looks so cool. And also, the colours of the dog really complement the scenery in that picture, so I really, 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 really like that. And I thought it would make quite a nice thumbnail, so just wanted to try and get a few decent screenshots of Hubert and this big moose that he managed to help me find. So I thought that looked really nice. I do love the Bloodhounds. I think they are so cool. And then this happened. I couldn't believe that this actually happened. That moose was a troll. That is one of the biggest moose I have seen to actually troll. I've seen quite a few of them with those big brows make diamond. I was kind of gutted because I really, really wanted him to make it. And when he was just a gold, I was a little bit disappointed, but still a really nice animal and a really cool moose to actually take down. I then hopped over to a Parque Fernando server, and at the second lake I checked, there was another level 3 teal. So that adds to the score of level 3 teal that I've shot recently. I still have that level 3 that is somewhere on my map, but I just cannot work out where he is. I keep checking all the zones for teal, and he just doesn't seem to appear. So what actually has happened to him, I don't know. I'm sure at some point I'll be doing something else and he will appear. But that was just a nice little addition. And yes, I know that the lighting changed dramatically between me actually shooting him and me actually picking this duck up, but the host decided to change the time in the middle of me actually waiting to pick that duck up. So that's why that is a little bit different. But I do really love the teal, so it's a nice little addition for the lodge because I really love that red and blue on the wings. I think it's really, really pretty. And I actually managed to hit him in the lung, which is probably one of the better shots I made on a duck. So was really pleased with that. And then something I wanted to note that I have seen in a lot of multiplayers for Silver Ridge Peaks recently is humongous flocks of turkeys. this is not an unusual sight for me in multiplayers anymore. Just look at how many turkeys there are in this one spot. And this wasn't even all the turkeys at this lake. I couldn't believe it. And yet, I know I made a couple of dodgy attempts at shooting there with the 22. I just completely misjudged what I was trying to do there. But I just was trying to pop as many males and that one rare as I possibly could. I just couldn't actually believe how many turkeys there were. And I wanted to make sure I wasn't missing, a rarer rare, because the light brown is technically a rare, but it's not that rare. And I wanted to make sure that I got any level 3 males spotted. And that also was something else I wanted to talk about, is I have been experiencing an awful lot of game freezes and crashes recently with Call of the Wild. Last night I had so many when I was trying to shoot multiple animals to level up the dog. I had an absolutely huge herd of mountain goats. It must have been well over 50 animals. And I was trying to down as many as possible and get the dog to track them. And then halfway through actually picking them up and tracking them, I actually crashed again and lost all of that. So I was kind of gutted about that. But I'm interested to hear if anyone else is experiencing these freezes and crashes, especially in multiplayer when I've gone to change the time. I have crashed a lot. That, like with the Cape Buffalo at the start, I crashed twice trying to change the time on that actual Cape Buffalo. So I'm interested to hear if anyone's having that problem. And also, I have realised last night that Hubert has actually stopped levelling up completely, not just on the tracker, but on the companion as well. He is stuck at a percentage and it won't go up anymore, or at least it wouldn't last night. So I don't know what that is, and it is something I have reported as well as the crashes. So I don't know what that's all about, but it's interesting, and I hope that it's going to be fixed, because I think until then I'm probably going to avoid doing too much multiplayer hunting, because the last thing I want to do is see a rare diamond or a rare or, something I really, really want, and then it crash and me not be able to get it. Because that's always a possibility in multiplayer, that if I'm the host and there's no one else there and I crash, then it's gone. I can't get it. I can't get back in there. I was really lucky with the Cape Buffalo that both times someone else had joined the session, so I could rejoin off of them, and actually just by remembering their name, just rejoin. So I'm just very interested to know if anyone else is having that, and just want to say be aware that that is a thing. And then I went back onto my own Silver Ridge Peaks map, trying to shoot more of these mountain goats last night, because mountain goats I find extremely easy to shoot with the 300, and then I just pick them up with the dog. And yeah, I know the 300 is not the ethical weapon, but when I'm shooting level 1 and level 2 females, it doesn't matter that much. And a lot of that shooting has paid off with a respawn there of a nice level 5 mountain goat. So that was really, really nice to see, and I was really pleased to actually have a diamond spawn on my map, because I have shot an awful lot of these mountain goats, because I just like to take them out with the 300, because they are very slow. So if I'm sat there with the 300, I can make a half decent shot and it will drop them, or drop them very, very close to where they were when I actually shot them. So I find that was really helpful with levelling up Hubert here. But as I said, he doesn't seem to be levelling up anymore, so I might have to switch him out for a different dog. But this guy did actually make diamond. He was actually a really nice size one, and that shot was just okay. I noticed that afterwards, that it was only just alright. But yeah, a really, really nice addition to the trophy lodge. So anyway, let me know down in the comments what you've been experiencing with the dogs, if you've been experiencing any problems, and if you're enjoying them. I know I certainly am. Hubert is an absolute star. He's just so good at finding things. It's brilliant. So let me know what you're experiencing, if you're experiencing those game crashes. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.